Meet Sam. Sam is in a meeting. A Google Meet to be exact. Camera on, posture perfect, nodding at all the right times. From the outside, Sam looks like the most engaged person on the call. But 3 minutes in, Sam is not in the meeting anymore. Sam is thinking about lunch. Then Sam is thinking about that weird noise the fridge made this morning. Then somebody says his name. Sam, what do you think? And Sam has absolutely no idea what the question even was. Sound familiar? You are sitting in a meeting, physically present, nodding like a bobblehead, and mentally you have already left the building. This happens to almost everyone, and it is not because you are lazy or bad at your job. It is because listening without doing anything is incredibly boring for your brain. People talk slower than your brain can think, so your brain gets bored, wanders off, and takes you with it. The good news is, there are two very simple tricks that keep your brain locked into the meeting, and neither one requires superpowers. Let's go through them. Trick number 1. Repeat it in your head, word for word. Here is what this means. When someone is talking, you quietly repeat their exact words inside your mind, almost like you are their echo. Not out loud, obviously, unless you want to become the most confusing person on the call. Just silently, in your head. So if your manager says, "I am explaining the new process for client onboarding," your brain repeats, word for word, "I am explaining the new process for client onboarding." Sounds too simple to work, right? But here is the trick behind the trick. Your brain physically cannot repeat words and wander off to think about lunch at the same time. It is like trying to pat your head and think about tacos simultaneously, except this actually matters for your job. The repeating keeps your inner voice busy doing the one thing it is supposed to be doing: listening. Try it right now, actually. If someone near you says a sentence, repeat it silently in your head as they say it. Notice how your attention snaps completely onto their words? That is the whole trick. It is basically closed captions, except the captions are running inside your own skull. Trick number 2. Doodle it, don't write it. This one surprises people because everyone assumes taking notes means writing full sentences. It does not. In fact, full sentences are the enemy here, because the moment you start writing, the client onboarding process will now include 3 additional steps. The meeting has moved on to slide 4, and you are still stuck on slide 2, writing. Instead, grab a notebook or a blank page and draw. Simple shapes, quick symbols, numbers, a tiny arrow, a box with a check mark. If someone says the process now has 3 steps, you draw 3 little boxes. If they mention a deadline, you draw a small clock. If they say the budget got cut, you draw a sad little dollar sign. That is it. No full sentences, no paragraphs, just fast little pictures and symbols, line by line, following along as they talk. Here's why this works so well. Drawing forces you to actually process what they said instantly, instead of copying it down like a robot. You cannot draw a picture of an idea you were not paying attention to. The doodling keeps your hand moving and your brain locked onto the meaning of what's being said, not just the sound of it. And there's a bonus. At the end of the meeting, you're not staring at 3 pages of dense notes you will never reread. You have a strange little comic strip that somehow makes complete sense to you and takes 10 seconds to review. Let's put Sam back in the meeting and see both tricks in action. Same Google Meet, same manager talking. But this time, Sam is quietly repeating every sentence in his head as it's said, and doodling little symbols in a notebook on the side. A box for the new process, 3 small boxes for 3 steps, a little calendar icon for the deadline mentioned, a tiny light bulb for the idea they floated near the end. 3 minutes pass. Manager asks, "Sam, what do you think?" And this time Sam actually knows, because Sam never left the meeting in the first place. So here's the simple version to remember. Repeat their words silently in your head to keep your inner voice busy and focused. And doodle quick symbols instead of full notes to keep your hand and brain working together. Do both and you will notice something strange. Meetings that used to feel like a fight against your own wandering mind suddenly feel easy. You're not fighting to stay present anymore. You're just there. Try this in your very next meeting. Just one meeting. Repeat, doodle, and notice how much of it actually sticks afterward. Sam finally stopped zoning out. And now so can you. If this helped you, hit like and subscribe and go doodle your way through your next meeting.